That's right. It's another late night, which means it's time for another reach into the Just Giggle It grab bag, and tonight we're pulling out OMG, I think I'm pregnant, which is the most recent Just Giggle It sketch. Oh my goodness, hot off the presses. That of course is written and edited by the incomparable Piper Hinson. It's all coming up Piper this month. Apparently, it's all coming up. The fine women of JGI, because we have we have sketches about moms, we have Robustitute, and we have a sketch that is directed by Piper Hinson and written by the incomparable KMG, otherwise known as Katie Mary Garland.
KMG, it's like NBC. It's like KMG.
That's what I was going for. Yes, KMG.
Oh, good.
Well, basically, we finally got the answer to where in the world is Katie Mary Garland.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced it's not the other person, Dragon. I don't know. There's something still amiss with this.
It might be Nicole Dubois doing another excellent job. Basically, she's like the Joaquin Phoenix of JGI, really, when you think about it.
Well, I was going to say the Daniel Day-Lewis, like, she's method acting the crap out of this, like performances on Papa performances.
A fair point. Or I guess for the more timely response, again, she's kind of the Tom Hanks of JGI. Nicole Dubois is kind of the Tom Hanks of JGI at the moment.
All right, well, no, seriously, I'm 99% sure this is the real Katie Mary Garland.
Yes.
It's here.
So. We're friends with Katie Mary Garland. I'd like to think it is actually her, but again, might been all a lie. I don't know.
I mean, we geeked out over Zac Efron in different capacities, like, both.
Well, I don't mean the friendship was a lie. I mean, like, whether it was Katie Mary Garland or Nicole Dubois. That's what I'm
right. I was like, I'm just saying, once you geek out about both High School Musical Zac Efron and serial killer Zac Efron, I think you can consider her a friend.
I mean, in retrospect, she could have been very, very exceedingly polite. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
No. Okay, anyway, let's not question motivation.
That's how I fear all my social interactions are. Dragon.
Wait, well, now you've taken it to a sad place. Now let's just let's move on. God. Okay, regardless.
I also realize that it says grab back instead of grab bag, so I'm not going to mention it here, but you and I have a bone to pick about spelling. We're going to get to later. Oh dear!
A really? Big bone to pick. I'm talking about this is going at least a few years back. We're going to pick. Anyway.
Oh my God! A few years? Jesus Christ!
Well, by this point, yeah, it actually would be a few years. So, yeah. Anyway, getting back on.
Okay.
So
I'm excited to have this private conversation.
Okay, anyway, folks, as I mentioned, back with the grab bag here, the new sketch right hot off the presses. Apparently, just kids getting to the kind of the fashion app. Like, hey, we got brand new sketches that we've been building up and we're releasing them. Yay! We're not doing it on Tuesdays. Boo! We're doing it on Wednesdays. Which brings us to Thursday.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a weird going for the grab bag of Horse Dragon. We're down to 9 backlog ones on the in the grab bag catalog.
I believe so. It's either 10 left or 9, not counting the one that we did do. So I forget where we left off on that. But regardless, yes, roughly 9. Yeah.
So, so it throws us into a weird space of like, okay, do we do a back catalog one on Tuesday, but they might release a new one on Wednesday? I don't know. It's been a weird couple weeks, but regardless, new JGI stuff. Yay. Can't ever say no to that. So
also, Pink Pearl in the comments asking, what the heck is going on? Well,
Pink Pearl. Dragon, please explain.
First of all, Pink Pearl says you're dropping by to say hi, so hello right back at you. But
how you doing, Pink Pearl? Nice to hear from you.
Oh, and Merry Christmas. How delightful.
Indeed.
Yes. We're going to be celebrating the holidays with, of course, seasonal shenanigans, which, of course, just keep an eye out for that. We got that coming at you. 6 kind of well-wrapped installments, anyway.
So, Dragon, make a fan out of Pink Pearl. Give her the pitch for Just Giggle It.
So, Big Pro, in case you haven't noticed, we constantly bring up, do these Just Giggle It grab bags, and the reason is there's a YouTube channel by the name of Just Giggle It, and these guys, they do sketch comedy like no other. I mean, these guys, not only do they have like one of the best shows you're ever going to see featuring Joker and Harley Quinn and Joker versus the real world, which is kind of like, that's kind of an eye catcher for the channel already. But these guys are masters of comedy. They started off as kind of an improv group that essentially took off and said, "Hey, let's do our own sketches." Okay, and essentially they kind of outshine SNL on a regular basis. Let's say it. And these guys, they're the tops. They really are just nothing but talent, kind of coming out of their eye holes on this one, folks. And then you have Joshua Thomas, you have Piper Hinson, you have Katie Mary Garland, of course the incomparable Alexander Poncio, or just Alex Poncio for the more professional terminology. Regardless, so seriously, Pinker, yeah, check these guys out.
It's a merry band of comedians just doing their thing and making awesome sketch comedy and an awesome web series on the side as well. Very talented folks.
Also, he was recently did a short Robustitude. Maybe not start there, but yeah, you got to earn that one. Robustitude is but still check it out. It's really good.
You got to earn it.
You got to earn it, man. You got to watch.
That's one of Dragon's favorite phrases. He uses it with me all the time.
Okay. Regardless, Pink Pearl, check out Jessica. We do a recap and basically we go over the sketches and kind of delve deep into like what's the logic, the comedy, kind of like how well executed it is. Sometimes, again, I won't lie. Okay, sometimes. It's like let's put it this way. It's like 9 times out of 10 are they on the money, but when it's the one
and then
time,
the 1 time out of 10 is excitable Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, okay. So I think the point being, check it out, and then after you've checked out the sketches, check out the grab bag because essentially we've covered all but 10 at this point.
Yeah.
And as Pink Pearl says, she's a big fan of Trevor Noah and Gabriel Iglesias. So comedy is definitely kind of Pink Pearl's forte. All right.
Nice. Okay, so Dragon, I guess any background other than just the credits of who did this?
Yes, minute background. So apparently, according to Piper Hinson, so of course this premiered live, and Tiki wasn't there. I got to chatting a little bit with Piper Hinson.
I'm sorry, it was my birthday.
It was his birthday.
I have a birthday story, Dragon. I don't want to share it on air just in case Oh man, Dragon! It felt like I was in The Irishman. I mean, I had a waiter. I had a waiter, my friend. I have stories about this waiter. We might have to do a whole podcast just on this waiter. I'm not even kidding.
I'm sorry, folks at Just Giggle It. It was his birthday. Give him a gold watch.
No. This waiter was the reason we didn't do what we were planning on doing last night, Dragon.
Now there's a story I want to hear, but we're going to have to get to that after this, regardless. Getting back on point. So while the point is, I was there during the live premiere. You're able to chat with kind of the fine folks at JJ, which is another reason to check them out, especially in the premiering new stuff, which so far seems to be on Wednesdays around 5:30 Eastern. Roughly. Anyway, my point is, got to chatting and learned a few fun facts along the way, and the one that really stuck out was most appropriate here, aside from just Sandy establishing who directed and wrote and so on and so forth. You got 2 bits of backstory for you. One, apparently this is inspired by a real life pregnancy scare for Katie Mary Garland. At least I don't know if it was her directly, but it was something Katie Mary Garland had to deal with. According to Piper Hinson, you should ask her about it sometime, says Piper Hinson. So this is me speculating. Anyway, so there's that.
I honestly kind of wonder if we should have just waited a week to have Katie on this with us, because honestly, Dragon, I feel like we're ill prepared to talk about this stuff. This is like us talking about our friend Martin.
Okay, well, no. To be fair, I was comfortable talking about that one. You're the one who went off the rails with all the comparisons.
Oh God. Yeah, you're right. I did.
Anyway, okay. Anyway, so time traveling holiday movies aside, my point is, so you had that, and also this, as you'll notice, this, from what I can tell, as far as I'm aware, there is no Joshua Thomas to be seen outside of a merchandising plug at all in the sketch. So Joshua Thomas, and it's been ages since we haven't had Joshua Thomas involved in a sketch.
Sell that merch, Josh.
Yep, but he's selling it very well. I gotta be honest. I love that we got him in there somewhere, because it's kind of funny. Oh my God, in a sketch without Joshua Thomas in the credits, we have to put him in there somewhere. It's like it's like the Ratzenberg philosophy. We got to put him in there somewhere.
Oh God.
Yeah. Anyway, so for a change, we can't talk about all the multiple hats Joshua Thomas wears.
He doesn't have the foot on the dock, and alas, there's no foot on the rocky boat either, Dragon.
However, I can say this. he did have one hat, the merch hat, the hat that says "Just Giggle It" written on it. That hat right there, that is Joshua Davis's, and trademark Joshua Davis's, and Piper as well. Okay, anyway, sorry. Okay, let's.
Oh man.
Okay, let's just break it down. All this kind of preamble aside. Let's just dive right on in. Let's break down the sketch. Okay, so we start off with Carly, who essentially is Katie Mary Garland.
Mm-hmm.
So Carly, she wakes up a little groggy. Essentially, there's a kind of a little bit in the middle of a hangover from kind of a crazy night before. It seems.
Do you want to know my headcanon? Do you want to know my headcanon? Do you want to know my headcanon?
All right, tell me your headcanon.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I should wait until Piper comes on. I'm sorry. My bad. That was ill-timed. All right. Anyways, so yes, one of my favorite details here. She is very hungover, kind of groggily, gets out of bed, goes to the bathroom, and I like her shirt that just says "Sundays are for napping." All right. So, oh god, here we go.
What I was getting at before the. You want to know my headcanon for all of that? What I really want.
I'm excited, all right? I know it's not what they're going for, but I'm excited, and I think you'll like it.
What I really want to highlight here is I love Piper Hinson's directing style, man. I've become a huge fan of her directing style.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
I mean, Robostu is one thing. Robostu is just, it's something to behold, truly. I mean, I've been in love with her directing style since the Mad Men parody. But seriously, this one, there are some really great shots all throughout this. I mean, we have like this clever tracking shot. As we follow Carly to the bathroom here, like we're at the ground level, and we're just kind of tracking the feet and like the little socks and everything. The stupid socks I hate, like no ankles. I'm purely a crew sock man, folks. I'm sorry, I'm gonna forget my sock rants here. My point is, so we have the pivotal bathroom discovery, and I'm going to say this much. I don't want to get lowbrow or anything here, but it takes a true actor to play a scene without pants. I direct you to Breaking Bad. Again, all the major scenes in Breaking Bad, actors without pants. Or a bathroom scene, specifically Hank Schrader, I point you to, in terms of like the big bathroom revelation scene. So I think we're borrowing from the greats in regards to this. But seriously, though, I do want to highlight the angles here. I love that we're tracking her from the bottom, and of course, it's like kind of her looking down, which, of course, is what's going to turn our world literally upside down. Therefore, we are upside down in a sense. That's really cool.
Yeah. Like you said, the cinematography is definitely really on point. We get a lot of perspectives, kind of almost not really a fisheye lens, but almost kind of like something resembling that. The looking up at her.
Yeah. So the reason we have this shot is that she's looking down and blood. Which, by the way, just full of fun. It's something you never, under male or female, a realization you never want to have in the bathroom. Blood. It's never a good sign. Which leads, of course, the paranoia runner of the sketch, where she's wondering, oh God, did I miss my birth control? This shouldn't be happening. I should be on my birth control. What's happening? So she checks the pill case, checks the alarm, which says okay, everything seems okay, because the alarm goes off as scheduled. Says take your birth control, whole bag, that whole thing. It's quite funny, by the way. I love this. Anyway, so let's see. I'm sorry, you want to take us through this?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, so she's taking her morning sickness pill. She's getting caught up. And, kind of panic is ensuing. So she takes to Google, like all sensible people do.
Yeah, we've all been there. It's like the thing the mistake you never want to do. Don't Google or WebMD anything. It's a bad idea. And you're going to fall down the rabbit hole in the paranoia. I did sympathize with this character with kind of the medical paranoia. I've been in
this is the one thing I can relate to, Dragon.
Yeah.
Like we've all had like, oh no, what's this thing on my leg or whatever,
Yeah. It's like is this something that's going to heal over time, or is it something you have to make decisions about? It's like, oh God. Anyway, that's
right. The human body is a scary thing, Dragon.
It is utterly petrifying, and I mean that with the utmost sincerity, folks. It is. So, regardless, so then we have this great little split screen effect here. Basically, we're kind of pulling up a text. It's almost kind of a way of getting a split screen without fully getting the split screen. We'll pop up. shot there, as she's basically WebMD. We're seeing what she's kind of WebMDing.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, we then have a very bubbly Phoebe enters. Of course, we know Katie, at least we think we know Katie Mary Garland, assuming she's not Nicole Dubois, making really smart acting choices. Assuming this is Katie Mary. Oh, seriously, it's Katie Mary Garland. She's a big Friends fan. I'd be shocked if Phoebe is in reference to Phoebe from Friends.
And here we go. This is my headcanon.
All right,
welcome to the club, Dragon. Great transition. So yes, my headcanon is not only that this Phoebe is a reference to Phoebe from Friends, which I think is pretty obvious. I think you and I can agree on that. Oh, here we go. I think that this character is Addison's twin sister.
Ah, really?
Just because Phoebe also has a twin sister.
Oh, yes. And again, it's kind of like borrowing a little bit from Norman Lear in that one, because again, there's a cinematic universe within Friends, because an NBC cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Remember, we have she came from a different show. I think it was Mad About You or something. She came about some other different show. The
right.
Like Ursula was a waitress.
Hear me out. So basically, the Phoebe, and of course, the ironic thing would be that this Phoebe would be the twin that's put together as opposed to Addison. But, so this Phoebe is, she's married. She's, seems pretty comfortable with herself. We don't know we don't know many details about her life, but she seems, more or less pretty well put together and confident. Whereas Addison, Addison's got like the whole party Addison thing. She's been in an abusive relationship. She's, she's literally roommates with the Joker and Harley Quinn. Her life, she's a very lovable character, but her life is maybe a little bit off the rails right now. So you see the comparisons I'm drawing, guys.
Yes, but these like the opportunity where I hate to have to clip your wings on things.
Oh God,
Addison. Remember, Addison does have Skylar. Tiki Skylar is. Addison, I'm pretty sure that's Addison. I don't think it's a cousin. I'm pretty sure it's her sister is on the phone for at the end of Harley Quinn and the Joker. Remember Skylar?
Okay, well, she could have multiple sisters.
all right, fine.
She could have an older or younger sister plus a twin dragon.
All right, fair enough.
Because the twin hasn't been mentioned doesn't mean she doesn't exist.
Yep.
Give me this.
All right, fine.
Okay, anyways.
Okay. Okay, point being, a very bubbly Phoebe, basically Piper Hinson, pink robe, the whole 9 yards here. She's Phoebe is hungover as well from the crazy party last night that we did not see. We're kind of checking on the aftermath.
Oh, and also, Phoebe likes to party, but she's more responsible about it than Addison.
That is true.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, anyway,
she also has an oddly Katie Mary Garland-esque friend.
Oh my. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, now you. Okay, I'm gonna raise you this. Okay, instead of direct relation. Okay, because then I'm gonna tear with this as everybody is.
Is it like a doppelganger situation?
No, even better. Okay, multiverse.
Oh, multiverse. Oh my God.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
Oh God. All right. Anyways.
Anyway, multiverse aside here. Okay, so again, similar, but again, different. All right. Regardless. Okay. So point being, Phoebe comes in here. She's asking, "Wants some brekkie?" Which cracks me up. By the way, brekkie. Breakfast. Brekkie. Anyway. Oh, I want to hear Walter Jr. say that. I want to hear him say brekkie. Hey, you want some brekkie? Like, that would be delightful. Anyway. So we have so of course she's asking, hey, you want some brekkie? And it, of course, leads to the dilemma that Carly is sharing upon her friend here that, oh my God, I think I'm pregnant. So a lot of concern over that. Phoebe says, Phoebe's sure that is not the case, given that she's on the pill. She's regularly on the pill. She has an alarm on, to remind her to take the pill, as we, the audience, have seen. So the point being, we are kind of entrusting ourselves to Phoebe here, which, of course, is kind of part of the gag, that we think Phoebe knows what she's talking. We think Phoebe is infallible on this. We think Phoebe's the go-to gal. The gal Friday on this, one could say. Or the gal Sunday, to be more specific, regardless. So, So again, here's what's really I want to highlight this too. I think the acting, the chemistry, of course, the age-old chemistry that we have with like Carmela and Addison on Harley Quinn, Joker versus the Real World, or you can take your pick when these two comedians have been these two very gifted actors have been kind of paired together before with something like you can't do that. The sketch earlier and the whole you can't do that. Anyway, so when we paired up together before, I love it. It's a really real scene between women. It feels like a real conversation between women. That I think something kind of neat about that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so basically, let's see. So basically, the spotting has led to kind of like basically symptoms manifesting themselves. Like she basically, we have Carly kind of freaking out here. I was thinking about, oh god, look at I have sore breasts, man. Look at all the symbols. Of course, whenever we think something's wrong, we're going to look for the other symptoms. Of course, it's going to send us spiraling, and that's very much kind of what we're dealing.
Snowball effect going on.
We have Phoebe give some exposition here that says, Carly, Carly,
boobs, they're like super sore.
Yeah. Almost like we're just a hair away from some Bruce Almighty framing. We're just a little hair away. Okay, regardless, it feels almost like a pull from this. I will say this though. Speaking of that, Piper Hinson has some great facial acting in this. My God, I love Piper Hinson's reaction comedy in this. It's so funny.
So Phoebe kind of like, she logically is like, well, you're just going for a rough week. You got dumped. You have to see him at work. You're just hormonal. You're about to start your period. It's all good.
Yeah, he's a co-worker, which is not great either.
And then so Katie kind of I'm sorry, what's Katie's character's name? Carly. Right. Sorry. So Carly's like, all right, yeah, I'm not pregnant. Just went down the rabbit hole. I'm not. Cool. It's all good. Let's order breakfast. All right. So they suggest the flying biscuit, and this totally reminds me of Me Dragon. Just like, yeah, let's try the new place. Oh yeah.
I gotta admit, I did think there were some Joshua Thomas fingerprints in this sketch when I watched it for the first time, because the flying biscuit sounds like Joshua Thomas being inspired by that improv exercise during the live show with Mark Sipka.
Well, what if Joshua Thomas was just kind of like there on the sidelines, like maybe not even doing anything except, maybe producing in some capacity. And he's just like, hey, flying biscuit.
So he's like that whole Raccoon Biscuits, one of the ardent followers of JGI. He had this pitch like what would do your impression of a biscuit, which led to them doing impressions of biscuits, and that's what I'm thinking. But again, biscuits are a pre-existing thing, so by all means, flying biscuit. It's a name. It's a delivery, kind of a delivery breakfasty thing. I don't know. You throw the biscuit, it gets delivered.
Anyway. All right. So one DoorDash later.
They've eaten a lot, so much so that Carla thinks she's going to be sick, which reignites the paranoia after like a little.
Is this morning sickness? Oh my god!
Oh yeah. So let's see.
And then Phoebe's just like, "Stop! You're not pregnant, okay? You're on the pill." And when was the last time you had sex, anyways? Carly kind of takes a moment. Oh boy. Kind of winces.
I love how this is played. I love Katie Mary Garland's face here. Just like the little scrunch up of like, oh yeah. where Phoebe just says like, oh, you had breakup sex, didn't you? I know, I'm terrible. No, I wanted to do it one last time. The nod from Piper Hinson says it all. The nod from Piper Hinson's hysterical.
Like, yeah, she gets it. She's not proud of it, but she gets it.
Yeah.
All right. So I love the line from Katie, just the delivery, like, oh, I'm such a freaking hoe bag.
Oh god, very, very, very funny. So let's see. So, by the way, all this this paranoia and such. Again, I think Katie Mary Garland, believe it or not, actually has like paranoias in like her acting arsenal, if you will. Because again, you remember like the serious short she was involved in, that Becoming short.
Oh yeah, totally.
She plays paranoia tremendously well. And bear in mind, here reminding a little bit more for comedy than then. But again, like
was there any paranoia acting at play in Taken 3, Dragon?
Well, okay, by her in that one, no. But again, she was involved in.
She was involved in the plot, though.
She
She
was in the
delivered the
bagels,
bagels,
man.
Dragon.
The
She handed
bagels.
off the bagels.
Anyway, the
Oh
bagels were
god.
key in that movie. Anyway, sorry, moving on. So, anyway, so she's okay. So let's see. So the back and forth's really good between them. Obviously, a lot of that, Carmela and Addison kind of banter. The whole "you can't do that." Let's see. Such
Then we get to Phoebe decides to just do the logical thing, order a pregnancy test online, and it gets delivered immediately.
I want to point out this is yet another speedy delivery for JGI. I want to point this out too. I mentioned I got Piper Hinson confirmed something for me because I was wondering during the live premiere of this, I did point out. Has anyone noticed how odd it is that we had a sketch that was all about that kind of had the message of safe sex, and then this one's all about pregnancies. And before this sketch played, I had no idea how this one was going to turn out. I was like, does anyone notice this one? This is about pregnancy. The other one was about the message of of safe sex. It is the correlation between the two of them. She's purely coincidental. Just, they might have shot this out of order. I don't know. It's, purely coincidental. It's kind of funny to me. But yet again, in both of these sketches, very speedy deliveries. JGI has a number of speedy deliveries.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we have what I like to call a Piper Hinson special.
The pipes, they're calling, man.
Oh God. Okay, I think I have a little bit of this written down, Dragon. Would you like me to try it?
Sure.
So she opens the door to a very unsuspecting delivery man. Kind of dressed like I like how this guy's kind of like dressed like a pizza delivery guy. He's got like the red shirt and the red hat. All right, so Phoebe opens the door. Hi, wow, that was fast. That's for me. It's a pregnancy test, but it's okay because I'm married, so it's okay. If I was pregnant, if I'm not, that's okay too. But I'm just double checking, because I just want to be sure. Because it's totally not for my friend who's sitting over there, who's single. But if it was for her, that'd also be okay. So I'm just checking, and it's just so nice and and I love the red shirt. Good color for you. Bye.
I do love her getting sidetracked. It's a great shirt, yeah.
Really... I mean, obviously she delivers it way better than I could, Dragon. I just have the dialogue.
Delivers it better than either of us could.
obviously. This kind of this kind of puts the delivery guy sort of kind of leaves him a little speechless. Except he has the line, "White women." And Dragon, this guy is Jake Marin.
Yeah.
I believe we've seen him before, right?
He does look so familiar, and I think I've seen him, but
very familiar.
I know he looks like another actor I have seen, though. I know he's not that guy, but I'm just saying. He looks like the actor formerly known as Gibby from iCarly. That's kind of what he looks like. But
God. What if it was that guy?
Oh, I know. I see him regularly on the Goldbergs. I know it's not him.
Oh God!
Which, by the way, I'd like to think that the folks at JJ love the Goldbergs because of that Goldbergs reference we have in Harley Quinn and Joker episode 6. Anyway, sorry, moving on. Point being, yeah, this guy. Yeah, let's see where this guy goes, guys. He only had one line, so I can't really glean much from him. He looks familiar. I can't place it right now with other sketches he may have been in. The name sounds familiar. Anyway. Okay, so after after the over explanation. I thought you were going to be, Phoebe. I thought you were going to be cool. I was cool.
God. So again, she's got a little Addison in her, even though she wants to deny it.
Yeah, maybe a Scotia Addison. All right, Mr. Fan Theory. All right, moving on. So Phoebe, of course, she's very supportive, very super supportive here. She entertains the whole baby possibility. Says, "Hey, I got a guest bedroom. Baby's gonna be more than comfortable there, but you don't have to worry about that because you're on the pill, man. Which I think is gonna go great." And then this cracks me up, and this is when we talk about the facial acting of Piper Hinson here, where this is kind of like the comedy tempo, if you call it, is kind of throughout this. Where basically we have kind of a structure. Okay, Katie Mary Garland, she spirals out of control, and she basically goes mile a minute with like all the fears and all, like, oh, why did I do this? Oh God! And Piper Hinson basically is giving the reaction here, like, oh God, she's doing it again, but I gotta be supportive. You basically a lot of the kind of the restraint, like, oh God, I wish I could just like like shake her, just kind of slap her. It's like, hey, snap out of it, you're gonna be okay, but you can't do it because she's being the supportive friend.
Just take another breather. Just do the Linklater exercises.
Now, do you know anything about this? Is this just like the Linklater?
I have no idea. I assume it's just kind of like a Kaminsky method kind of deal, like.
My favorite bits in the rant.
Maybe it comes from the Art Linklater School of Acting.
But yeah, the Linklater thing's hysterical. Really quick, I just want to break down.
If anyone from Just Giggle It is watching it and is watching this right now and has some insight onto the Linklater method, by all means, I'd love to hear it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I do love what her kind of her meltdown kind of consists of here. Basically, she has like the Gremlins travel logic of the whole, like, what if I was traveling, I was in a different time zone when I took the pills, and maybe it didn't take. It's like the whole, if you feed a gremlin after midnight, but you have like a time difference, like, does it still take effect?
Oh God,
that whole thing. They bring it up in Gremlins too. It's quite hilarious. Anyway, and it's like, do I tell Jim? Do I not tell Jim? And then we get the mile a minute freak out here. Like, do I go to Planned Parenthood? Do I go to my regular gyno? Do I just show up? And they always have that. We have a sketch show tonight.
Why I think about this? Guys don't have to think about this. Yeah, like you said, we have a sketch show tonight. We should just be rehearsing our lines. Well, we have to think about this. This is bullshit. I fucking hate men.
Yeah, it's great. Or then, of course, and this is what crashes with the Linklater thing. Basically, takes Phoebe. I need your hand. I need to breathe into your hand. Or basically puts her hand behind her back and just breathes into it. It's really weird. And kind of a funny choice. All right, so then let's see. So Carly says, "Oh man, this is my nightmare: being dumped and pregnant." So we have this great reverse tracking shot as she basically prepares to take the test. The door is being closed.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of like a Darren Aronofsky shot.
This is what I'm talking about, man. I want to see Piper Hinson behind the camera more, man. She's in a renaissance, darn it. Anyway.
The Pipe-a-sance.
Yes. The pipes, man. The pipes. Anyway. Sorry. Anyway.
Right. So 3 minutes later, we get kind of like a military, like Katie stands up from the toilet. Piper is holding the pregnancy test out to her. She boldly looks down on it and not pregnant. Oh my God, not pregnant. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you, God. Oh my God, not pregnant. Thank you. This baby's going on my story.
And Piper Hinson cracks me up in this scene. I don't mean to just keep going to Piper Hinson here, but seriously, like in this moment here where she's basically...
They play off each other so well, Dragon. That's it. I mean, it's like, I give credit to both of them equally because clearly these two are a dynamic duo in the JGI verse.
They are, because the dynamic is Katie... She vocalizes the comedy where Piper Hinson, at least in this sketch, she plays it silently so well, where she's like being like, thank you, God, and she's like making the prayer hands and like doing the crossing behind her. It's just hysterical. It's like, in a sense, like, thank God I didn't have to deal with this event. Thank you. So, anyway, so of course, hashtag blessed, Carly is over the moon. And by the way, I'm going to sound like an ignorant man here. Okay, he's going to be saying, I had no idea it took 3 minutes. I had no idea. I don't know if it's a comedy choice. It has to be like a real pull. Like 3 minutes of all the time you could have.
No, it's not instant. It's you have to pee on the stick, and then it takes like a couple minutes for the stick to show the symbol thingy.
Yeah, that's got to be an exact number, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm sure it's not like exact every time. Like, I'm sure it's like a 2 to 3 minute range, I think. I don't know.
Anyway, semantics. Okay. So we then end with this really great, suspicious, sneaky music, as Phoebe here, she kind of goes to the bathroom. She takes the test herself 3 minutes later, and we have this great POV shot where essentially, at least the impression to me is that Carly is the camera. Looking at her friend there, almost like Jimmy Kimmel munchies, like the old Jimmy Kimmel, sorry, I'm thinking of the other JGI sketch we haven't covered yet. the Jimmy Kimmel, like, ate your Halloween candy framing.
Oh God.
Yeah. We have the whole, like, hey, you're not Phoebe, you're not pregnant, are you? Which leads to the
fuck.
Yeah.
Da. And then we get Joshua Thomas selling merch.
Also, I just want to highlight this. It's a little respectable thing here. I love that we have end credits now.
Yeah, for sure. It's something that we've been talking about wanting for a while.
I know, and we finally, man, we got it. We get
The small things, Dragon. The small things.
It's the little things that count, really.
All right, so Dragon, it's Christmas time. It's the holiday season. What better way to celebrate it than picking up some JGI holiday merch?
You betcha. I mean, I want that shirt, man. That purple shirt, and you get it in a few different colors, by the way, but purple shirt that has essentially the sell of the whole series. These characters not only include Joker and Harley Quinn, wonderfully rendered in a cartoon form, but also Howie and Addison. Of course, I would argue time and time again, Addison, played by Piper Hinson, of course, very much kind of the hook of the show. I mean, of course, you're there for Harley Quinn and Joker, but again, like the hook of like, okay, there's a series in this, darn it, are the Addison bits in the first episode that keep you coming back. The soul of Addison, as well as kind of the wonderful comic stylings of Alexander Ponce, who's also getting a little bit more of like, oh man, we're so invested in the character of Howie, it's all there, and even has a little Hollywood sign that is very much kind of the cornerstones of what Harley Quinn and Joker is marketing wise. And on the back of the shirt, man, if you want, so this will read into all QVC territory here, folks, or JGI, the new QVC. On the flip side of the shirt, you have the new logo for Harley Quinn, the Joker versus the real world. It has like HJ and versus the real world RW. It looks really nice. You get this on sweatshirts, on regular shirts, on T-shirts, on kind of a rudimentary hoodie. You have hats, you have mugs, you have tote bags with also the JGI logo. It's quite delightful.
I mean, this is all good, Dragon, but you know what I'm drawn to?
What are you drawn to?
I'm drawn to that sick-ass black Just Giggle It Google style logo shirt, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's classic JGI right there. You got the search bar. I think the colors on the Giggle It logo just pop off of that black. That is something... You know what I love about that t-shirt, Dragon?
What?
I feel like that is a t-shirt that I can wear, and people will be like, that looks like a cool design. What is Just Giggle It? And it's a good conversation starter, and I can tell people about Just Giggle It through that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I want to get that shirt, my friend.
It really does. I gotta be honest, because I mean, look, I know when you see the white shirt, and it does look exactly like the old opening logos for JGI, but you take your absolutely right, it does pop so much more on the black shirt. Seriously, it does look.
With all due respect to the white shirt, I'm just not a white shirt guy in general, Dragon.
I'm always paranoid. Honestly, I'm paranoid where the white shirt's going to get.
I'm the same way.
I mean, it's not. Again, it is exactly.
They stain easily.
Yeah, no, but seriously,
I'm a broad-shouldered man.
Here's what I want. I'm gonna challenge JJ on this again. It's not like a real challenge. But if you guys ever do thermals, man, if you do some nice thermal shirts with the patterns on it, that would look really nice, and especially around the cold holiday season.
But Dragon, I don't want to throw any shade here, but you know what shirt is conveniently missing here?
What is conveniently missing?
The one that I own.
No, it's on there. I checked the website. It's on there.
No, I'm saying on this plug.
Oh, right. Yeah, the shirt won the kind of the running gags. And,
the Joshua Thomas as the Joker with the text "freak?" ? Gotta wonder if they're not promoting that one just because of the Joker the Joker stuff going on.
So I wish they keep doing shirts like they always have like different moments from the show too, because I was thinking it's such a great idea. And again, that's how you spark the intrigue of like, okay, there's a Joker I haven't seen before. This Joker looks interesting to me, or can I learn more about this Joker, which of course will lead to more business. But again,
my God,
I'm saying the freak thing will definitely grab some attention, but again, maybe let's get a little bit more variety in there with that. Like a little bit of Harley and Joker on the shirt. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay.
You know what I need in my life?
Bar stools.
I mean, we all need bar stools, but I need a Ken Armand T-shirt.
Oh my lord! It's funny. I mean, I think you were there. I made the Ken Armand joke at the end of the Robustitudes. Well, you're like, if only we saw Ken Armand as like a post-credit scene with Ken Armand at the end of Robustitude.
Just picture this. Just like a, kind of like a. Like a classic like movie poster style image of Ken Armand holding up an orange triumphantly, and then kind of like looking at you, orange in one hand, his finger pointing at you in like an Uncle Sam pose in another hand, and then with the text, "Hi, I'm Ken Armand.
That would be great, but if you wanted one that also captured the spirit of the thing, you'd also have like it's going to sound really cheesy. Okay, real quick, as we got to get out of here. Their final thoughts. Ken Armand holding the orange, saying, "Orange, you glad?" I didn't say banana, which of course, which of course plays into the end of that sketch.
Oh, God. All right, one more.
Okay, hurry up.
Which is a really simple one. It's a really simple one. Just the pretty flowers guy, just holding up the flower, just like, pretty flower for a pretty lady. All right. Okay, final thoughts, Dragon. Final thoughts.
All right, for me, this is a sketch about the human condition and how fear and paranoia in the face of uncertainty, how we many times fear and paranoia in the face of uncertainty and leads to this self-reflection within all of us. It's a very human sketch. I think it's all kind of about these things. We do tend to self-reflect when we're facing uncertainty and like, oh God, how's the future going to turn out? Again, like just whether it's going to be WebMD sort of thing, or if it's just going to be a sense of like, this is something I didn't see coming, which of course, you have the potential of pregnancy and then building families or not building families and kind of the big choices those are going to lead people to make. I feel this sketch is more driven by concept and performance, because I love the concept of this sketch, and I want to make clear, this is a good sketch, don't get me wrong, but I feel it is different than what we usually have. And of course, a big reason for that is I think Katie Garland's writing style is very different from Joshua Thomas's writing style. And to be fair, we're more used to Joshua Thomas's writing style. So I'm not saying it's inferior or anything. What I am saying, in all honesty, is that it has a different rhythm to it. And I think you can kind of see that here, where again, it's a rhythm purely based off the chemistry of your two leads, which thankfully, she knows. She's worked with Piper Hinson before, therefore she knows the rhythm. I think it does carry. It's just a little different. So it's not like it's not one of my go-to sketches on JGI, but I want to make it clear again, is directed and performed A+, man. Seriously, the direction is great, as I've geeked out before on the Piper Hinson directing style. But again, the performance is really good. They're playing off each other tremendously well. It's just, again, it's different in style. That's the one note I really give. And again, not a negative thing, just something I think separates it from the pack in a way that may not be like to its benefit, but by no means to its detrimental. Just different. That's all.
Yeah, Dragon, you pretty much summed it up. I don't really have much more to add to that. Like you said, I do think the main strength of this is just the two leads, just the dynamic duo, both in front of and behind the camera. Piper's directing, Katie's writing. I think it all comes together into something very satisfying, very relatable. It's a pretty good, slice of life sort of sketch, especially for the women out there. It's not. I Dragon. I don't know. I don't want to throw shade at us, but I think the only reason why we're not like over the moon about it is that we're men, So yes, ma'am.
No, we're not Jim Carrey, Tiki.
So I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm just saying. Like, I think. I think women will get a kick out of this, Dragon. I really do. I really think that women are gonna like. This is definitely, I feel like, a sketch that a woman could look at and kind of be like a big selling point for JGI as a whole. So for that, I applaud it. All right. Okay, Dragon, take us out.
That does it for now until the next exciting reach into the Just Giggle It grab bag.
I'm such a freaking hoe bag.